Yes. Any answers you'd like to share to me? This is the cloud computing is all about. Have you guys worked on the AWS Azure cloud computing till now? AWS,
No,
Azure, Google Cloud, anything?
no.
Yes.
Okay, so what you know about the cloud computing? What is cloud? Do you know that what is cloud is all about?
Storage. Yes,
Pardon?
cloud storage.
What cloud storage? Yes, tell me what is cloud computing is all about.
Like temporary storage.
It's a storage servers or separate storage servers.
So cloud computing can be done as like we can host a remote servers uh, through an internet. So that is stored on the internet, and we can manage and create the infrastructure using the cloud computing. Like it will have a single database. However, everything can be stored on the internet, and it can be managed remotely.
Okay. So have you guys worked on any cloud till now? Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, anything?
No.
Okay, no problem with it because it is a mandatory requirement for anywhere. If you're going anywhere, it is required to work on the cloud. Okay, so we have Azure clouds, we have AWS cloud, we have different clouds. So do you know what public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, community cloud? Yes. Any idea? Because we are doing security, so we first of all we need to understand what cloud computing is all about. What is cloud? Cloud basically we would like to create our instance, our servers, network, infrastructure of the cloud. Okay, and deployment types. Deployment types of any ideas to deploy the clouds? We have public cloud, okay, public cloud, private cloud, community cloud, and another one is hybrid cloud. Okay, what are the services of the cloud? Yes, any ideas? IaaS.
So software as a service that they provide, uh,
Yes.
platform
And
as a service.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send you this particular slide to you. Just take a look at it. So I will going to start with the same. Before we go into the security, first of all, you need to understand, guys, about the cloud computing is all about. We have fair idea about it. So it's a basic overview about the cloud computing, my dear friends. So cloud computing, the term cloud refers to a network or internet. In the other words, we can say that cloud is something which is present at remote location. Okay, a cloud can provide services over network. That's why on public networks, on the private networks, and WAN, LAN, and VPN. Applications such as email, web conferencing, customer relationship management, CRM, all run in the cloud. Okay. So right now, what happened? Some time ago, we are using. Okay. Right now, also we are using it. The traditional IT infrastructures. Okay. You need to procure the servers, and we need required clients, and then we required firewalls. We require different things. But in cloud computing, we will find out each and everything on the cloud. We need to install. We need to only require internet connections of your systems. Okay, and then you can create all networking, database, servers in the cloud. Okay, so LAN, WAN, VPN, everything you will be available into the cloud same time. So what is cloud computing? Cloud computing refers to manipulating, configuring, and accessing the applications online. It offers online data storage, infrastructure, and applications. Cloud computing is both a combination of a software and hardware-based computing resources delivered as a network services, right? So first of all, you need to understand we are configuring, accessing, manipulating cloud computing in environment. Okay, so we can use it should provide you the software and hardware-based computing. Okay, in the cloud. So this is a cloud computing architecture. So you require servers, you require applications, you require storage. So everything you will everything is available in the cloud. We will go practical things, but before we going practical things, first of all, you need to understand the logic concept of the cloud computing is all about. Okay, so these are some users. These are some users, and these are the users actually accessing all the infrastructure which is we have created on the cloud side. So basic concept is cloud deployment model. What are the cloud models? So cloud deployment models we have deployment models define the type of access to the cloud, how the data is located. Cloud can have any of the four types of access: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. So guys, I would like to know from your side, what is a public cloud? Any examples you would like to share to me? This is the public cloud is all about. Yes, please tell me what is a public cloud is. Any examples you would like to share to me? This is the public cloud. Yes, any ideas?
Sir, Google Drive.
Yes, you're right. Google Drive, okay, your Gmail access, your Dropbox, okay. These are the types of public cloud. What is private cloud? What is private cloud example? Any examples you would like to share to me? Yes, please.
Any company's data which is stored or managed as a cloud.
Yes, you're right. So companies database, right? Suppose you are
Yeah.
working in a company and there is a company separate yeah, private cloud. So there you can access, your salary slips, taxation, okay, and your salary slips, taxation, and your personal identifier information is available at the same time. It's a private cloud. Okay, so it is very secure. It is basically accessible in the company only. So what is hybrid cloud? Any examples you would like to share to me? This is the private cloud it is.
Hybrid cloud can be any government websites which offers services, but they have like their own database as very confidential, like a mixture of private and the public.
Yes, you're right. So hybrid cloud mostly you will find out any company, right? So the hybrid cloud say, we can say combination of public cloud and private cloud same time. Okay, so we can say that in any company, some of the data is accessible from the public end. Okay, so publish the data. Suppose any and vacancies in the company, so it will publish to the company. Okay, the HR is going to publish. So it is a public cloud. They will gonna share the information to the same time. Okay, and your personal identifiable information. Okay, so suppose your informations, your credit card informations, your bank account informations, your Aadhaar card informations, your experience exposures. So it will be the private cloud. They will not save it. Okay. So whatever what the security parameters. So more security on the private side, and public cloud has less security sort of things. And community cloud. So community cloud is basically, we can say that there are specific NGOs, non-profit organizations are basically use this community cloud. Okay. Suppose any NGO has 2-3 branches, so they are going to access the community cloud sometimes. So mostly in the in any company we have hybrid clouds you will find out. Okay, but the use case is different. Okay, or depend on the company that what type of cloud is required. Suppose company is provide a public accessible data, so they have to go for the public cloud sort of things. Okay, so, some of the companies are going for the private cloud, and some companies are going for the hybrid cloud sort of things. So it's depend company to company what type of data it is. Okay, so the public cloud allows systems and services to be easily accessible to the general public. Public cloud may be less secure because its openness. So email account, your Gmail account, your Yahoo account, okay, or your Google Drive account, everything is public cloud is there. So okay, so the phishing emails when one sent from per person and password attacks. Okay, so anything can be happen on the public cloud. Okay, they will access your Gmail ID and password sort of things. Okay, so private cloud allows systems and services to be accessible within an organization. It offers increased security because of its private nature. Okay, so your user ID of the password of your accessible your cell list with. So it's a private cloud. They will create it. Community cloud is a community cloud allows systems and services to be accessible by the group of organizations. Okay, so different group of organizations can access the same sort of clouds. Hybrid cloud is a mixture of public and private cloud. Okay, however, the critical activities are performed using the private and public cloud, while non-critical activities are performed using the public cloud for options. So you have basic understanding about, so what is services models into this? So service models are reference models on which the cloud computing is based. These can be categorized into 3 basic service models as listed below, right? So IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Okay, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So we have these things available. So I will give you some more easy to understand. Okay, so this is your own car. Okay, we are talking about on premises right now. Okay, so suppose company is going to be have a car. Okay, so car finance and depreciation, servicing, renewables, car insurance, road tax, garage, fuel, road tolls, and drivers. So everything, if you have your own IT infrastructure, you have to manage each and everything. Okay, this is your car own. Okay, this is your own premises. So you need to procure servers, you need to procure network devices, you need to procure Wi-Fi device, you need to procure the license of the operating systems, you need to procure different things. Okay, if you're using on premises IT infrastructure. But if you're going for the cloud computing, okay, so we have 3 what service available. This is infrastructure as service, platform as service, and software as service. So if you're talking about infrastructure as service, so what sort of things need to be taken care, managed by the service provider? So this is the what car, finance, and depreciation. This is basically it is done by the service provider. Okay, and everything you need to manage it. Okay, so if you're talking about IT parameters, okay, so the networking infrastructures, the server infrastructures, services, the license, it is all provided by the vendor like Azure or AWS things. So what you're going to need to do it, you need to create servers, you need to provide the networking IP address sort of things. This is sort of different things you need to provide. Okay, so you need to create your own IT infrastructure same time. I will let you know once we're going to the practical things, but right now you need to understand infrastructure as a service. Okay, so you need to create your own infrastructure. Okay, so your servers availability, your network availability, your services, okay, everything will be provided by the by the vendor, and rest of the things you need to be provided. So as this example, car finance and depreciation will be provided by the what vendor, and rest of the things, servicing, renewables, insurance, road tax, garage, fuel, everything you need to be managed. So car is on lease, so you have to provide lease same time. So whatever you are going to use it, you have to pay for it. Simple. Okay, we have another thing is platform as a service. So in the platform as a service, we have car, finance, depreciation, servicing, renewable, insurance, road tax, garage. Each and everything will be provided by the vendor, so service provider. Okay, and what you need to manage it, you need to provide fuel, road tax, and driver. Only three things you need to be use it. Platform as a service. Okay, and if you are going to purchase some software as a service, so nothing you need to pay for it only. Okay, you need to pay for it only, and then you will get a services. So in the example, we can say that Office 365. Office 365 is the example of software as a service, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can we move further?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the example. I think you have. I hope you understand. So we will go into the slide again. Okay, so these are things you need to understand. So IES is the delivery of the technology infrastructure as an on-demand scalable. IES provide access on fundamental resources such as physical machines, virtual machines, and virtual storage, etc. So usually built based on usage, usually multi-tenant virtualized environment can be coupled with managed service for operating systems and applications. So example is open source, GoGrid, okay, Blizzard, AT&T, Termark, and Entity Communication. So these are the example of IES. Okay. So most of the companies in India, they require a Azure cloud computing person. They require Azure AWS cloud computing infrastructure service work person. Okay. So you need to manage all the IES. Okay, sort of things. Okay. And the second thing is if we go talking about some platform as a service, so a platform as a service provides the runtime environment for applications development and deployment tools. Okay. So this is mostly it is used for applications development and deployment tools. Okay. So PaaS provides all the facilities required to support to the com- complete life cycle of building and developing web applications and services entirely from the internet. Typically, uh, applications must be developed by the particular platform in mind, multi-tenant environments, and highly scalable multi architecture sort of things. So these are some examples. These are the examples of the papers. Okay, so these are the Express company and Jonant and Salesforce. These are basically used for platform as services. Same thing. Okay, and we have another thing is software as service model allows us to software applications and service end users. Software as service is a software delivery methodology that provides licensed multi-tenant access to software and its functions remotely as web-based service. So usually built based on usage. Okay, same time, same thing is there. Usually multi-tenant environment, highly scalable architecture. Okay, so as per this, if I'm going to ask you a question that what are the examples? So what type of example you would like to share to me? This is IS SaaS or SaaS example. So we already said that these are the examples. Salesforce.com, NetSuite, Facebook, okay, Google Apps. So these are the types of what software as a service sort of things. So do you use the cloud? So these are some companies are basically it is they're using it. What cloud computing. So I will going to provide one more thing to you. So I have sent you some, one of the details of IES PaaS and SaaS. So if you have just log into this and then just take a look from here. This is on-premises, so applications, data, runtime, middleware. Okay, this these are the terms of the operating systems, visualization, server, storage, and networking. Okay, so everything you need to manage it. Okay, but if you're talking about from IES, okay, so in the IES, what you need going to do, you manage applications, you manage databases, data, what sort of data is the requirement. You need to manage the runtime environment. You need to check out the middleware. Okay, we have to manage some operating system. Which operating system you want to use it, what middleware, runtimes, what type of data you require, and what type of applications you want to run it. So you have to manage these things only. And the virtualizations, servers, storage, and networking, it is basically managed by the vendor. So Microsoft, AWS, or Google, they will handle those things. Networking, you do not need to do any networking. Storage available, servers available, virtualization available. So the physical infrastructure is available from the Microsoft, AWS, and different vendors same time. And you need to manage what type of operating system you require, middleware, runtimes, data, and applications. Understand? If you're talking about some platform as a service, so what you're going to provide, you manage only applications, what applications you require, and where to save your data. Simple two things you need to manage it. And everything is managed by the cloud vendor. So runtime, middleware, operating systems, uh, virtualization, servers, storage, networking. Suppose you required Adobe software, Illustrator sort of things. Okay, so the applications will be provided by the Microsoft or AWS vendor. Okay, and the data would be where to have to save it. That's the two things you need to manage it. Okay, if you're talking about software as service, so everything is managed by the vendor. Networking, storage, server, situation, operating system, middleware, runtime, data, applications, everything is managed by the vendor same time. So you don't need to manage anything like that. So this is IaaS, PaaS, or SaaS on-premises sort of things you need to understand very clearly. So any doubt into this?
No,
Oh,
Okay. So I will provide you some what are different examples. What are different examples? What are different things are working on different environment like that? Suppose if I'm talking about software as service, so what are the different things are working? Okay. So I'm just going to just you. These are the things you need to be working on the software as service. So software as service examples: BigCommerce, Google Apps. So you're using some Google Apps, right? And Salesforce, Dropbox, Mailchimp, Zendesk, and DocuSign, Slack, and HubSpot. These are the examples of your software as service. So if you're talking about some platform as service, so what are different services are running? So you can say that we are using some AWS, Elastic, Dynastic, Q, Windows, Azure, mostly used as platform as service, Host.com, OpenShift, Apache, Threads, and Magneto Commerce Cloud. Okay, so Azure is basically most of the time it is used for the platform as service. Okay, it will be everything will be provided by the Azure, and then you need to manage it every time. And if you're talking about some IES example, so we have what this type of things are gonna work in. So AWS EC2, okay, instances, Rackspace, Google Compute, and Engine, and DigitalOcean, and Magneto One Enterprise Edition. Okay. So these are the examples. Somebody will ask you that what is IES, PaaS, and SaaS? What are the deployment models? What are the services going to working? What type of different sort of cloud? What is cloud computing? What are the vendors available in the market? So you can say we have vendors available. We have Azure, AWS is Amazon, yeah, the services. Okay, we have Azure. This is Microsoft Azure. Okay, and if you talk about Google, these are the some common cloud vendors available in the market right now. These are the the top three cloud computing things. Okay. So if you're talking about some more cloud computing, so we can just go for some different cloud computing like Rackspace, okay, and we have OpenStack, CloudStack, different companies are available right now in the market. So it is depend on what type of cloud vendors you require. It is depend on it. So any doubts into this? We move further.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So mostly, guys, if you're working any company, you just go, AWS, you will find it. You will find out AWS. You will find out Azure sort of things. These are some cloud computing companies you will find out. So if you're just talking about some cloud computing, top cloud computing companies, so these are some companies I'm going to write it down here. Exactly. Okay. So we have some top cloud computing companies like Ematra, Phoenix, Snap, and okay, ScienceSoft, Amazon Web Services. So this is the the services we are going to use it mostly times, and this is the Microsoft Azure. Okay, and we have Google Cloud Platform. Okay, so this is the most three of them are using it, but we have also available the Adobe, VMware, IBM Cloud, Rackspace, Red Hat, Salesforce, Oracle Cloud, SAP, Verizon Cloud, Navist, Dropbox, Ignite, and we are going to use in Nutanix. Nutanix, and Alibaba as well. Mostly, every company are going to go for this Amazon, okay, Azure, and Google Cloud sort of things. So what you can do it, you can wanna create some free accounts on all three clouds. Okay. So AWS, Azure, and Google, same time. Okay. So this is AWS and AWS. If you create your account, it is free for 1 year. Okay, so then your project is needs to create, AWS account needs to be created from your side, and Azure account. Microsoft account, right? It is free for 1 month for some services, and 1 year as well. If you continue. Right? And if you're just talking about Google Cloud, for 1 month mostly, and it's you can create. So create your accounts all three clouds. Right? Any confusion in this?
No, sir.
No,
So it's very easy. You can create your own accounts. Okay, and one thing is what going to be important if you're going to implement IaaS, right? Infrastructure as service. So what is the advantage? Advantages of IaaS. If you're gonna create your infrastructure on the cloud, What is the advantage? Any ideas you would like to share to me? So this is the advantage we'll go. Simply, I am asking what is the advantage of cloud computing? Simply.
It's more secure, sir.
Okay. Okay. Any other things?
And storage problem not there.
So the hardware costing as well as like cost and the location as well as flexibility is included.
We can access from anywhere.
Okay. Any other? So when to use the cloud? So it is highly flexible and highly scalable, right? So it is a very flexible approach. Suppose you require two servers right now, so you can create two servers. You are paying for the two servers only. Okay, if you in the next 2 years, 3 years later, if you require five servers, you can create your five servers same time. So whatever you gonna create, you're using it, you have to pay for it. The simple things, and it is accessible by multiple users same time. Okay, so it is accessible by from the vendors as well. You're just going to provide permissions, and it will be going to use by the vendor same times. Or it is also cost-effective solution. Okay, so how do you say it is cost-effective solutions?
So tangible things are like reduced.
Okay,
Like it can be managed through the virtualization. Like it doesn't require to have the hardware or the physical structure.
okay. Yes, yeah, you're right. So what is all about is a cost effective because if you're going to procuring any servers, you require at least three to five vendors and comparing the costing. Okay, and then the vendor is going to provide you the asset within 1 month or whatever the time it will take. Okay, and then you need to provide some different architecture sort of things. Okay, and transportation cost is there. Everything is what involved same times, and how do you manage it is also important sort of thing. So there is no transportation things. Okay, there is no what costing things. The costing is available on the pricing part on the AWS and Azure, and you need to check it out what price it is, and then you can procure at the same time. Okay. So when to use IES? So IES is beneficial to business of all shapes and sizes as it allows complete control over your infrastructure and operates on a pay-as-you use model operates fits in the most budget. Okay, so this is basically it is used anywhere. Okay, and it is shapes every size. Suppose you are a startup company and you don't want to waste your too much money into this, so you can use the cloud computing same time, Azure, AWS, whatever. Okay, so whatever you're using the resources, you have to pay for it. A pay as you go feature only. Okay, what suppose you are using this server for half an hour, you have to pay for it only half an hour now. So how to calculate the pricing, I will let you know in the next few slides. So this is important to understand here at the same time. Okay, so what is the advantage of PAS? So platform service is a primarily used by developers who are building software or applications. Okay, so you have to create this particular platform as service to them. Suppose your company is basically some developers, okay, and they're going to develop some applications. Okay, so they require the different servers, different machines, different browsers same times to test the applications. Suppose they required Mozilla, they required Chrome, and they required some 8 GB systems. They required some this sort of hard disk sort of thing. Okay, So platform as a service basically the serverless architectures you will find out into the AWS Azure things. Okay, so everything is available into the AWS and Azure something. Right? Is it to understand?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So this is another thing I'm going to use it. So platform as a service, the characteristics accessible by the multiple users. Same time, it's scalable. You can choose from various tiers or resources to suit the size of your business. Built on virtualization, technology easy to run without extensive system administration knowledge. Okay? So it's very easy to use in the AWS and Azure environment. Platform as a service sort of thing. You can create only 2-3 clicks, and the server is what you have to create. So this is the beauty about this. So it's same times what the developers are going to use the same machine, and they will shut down the machine. So there is no pricing same time. Right? I hope you understand.
Yes, sir.
So the matter of fact that I will tell you one more thing is where to use this SaaS software as service. Okay? This is the advantage is all about. Okay, with SaaS you don't need to install and run software applications on your computer or any computer. Okay, everything is available over the internet when you log into in your account online. Okay, the software service you just find out everything. Okay, suppose Office 365 environment you don't need to install anything. You will get all things same time. You need to say only provide money same time or not. That's it. Simple things. Right. So I will provide you some demonstrations on the cloud as well. Wait a second, guys. So these are some examples how do you use the cloud. So I think you have understand the the services, the development sort of things. Okay. So these are some different companies, YouTube, Dropbox, everything is in the cloud right now. LinkedIn, everything, Twitter, everything. Okay, so advantages of cloud is basically lower power cost, improved performance, reduced software cost, instant software updates, improved document format compatibility, unlimited storage capacity, increased data reliability, universal document access, latest version availability, easier group collaborations, and device independence. Okay, so these are the very important prospects for the cloud computing thing. Same time. So we have some also disadvantage of cloud computing requires a constant internet connection. If you have internet connections, then you can use the cloud computing. If you don't have, then you cannot. It does not work well with the low speed connections. Okay, if you have low speed internet connections, there is no use of it. Okay, feature might be limited. Okay, so we have some limited features same time. And we have the features might be limited, can be done, can be slow, and stored data can be lost. Okay, stored data might be not be secure. Okay, so you need to create a cloud computing in different regions, different locations. Cloud storage, we have different storage available: Box, Dropbox, SkyDrive, Amazon Cloud Drive. So these are some different cloud storage available in the cloud side. Download for storage, so you can download the same things. So any questions in this? I will provide you some more details about it. Cloud computing.
No questions.
Okay. So this is what I have created some slides. So AWS pricing. How do you calculate the pricing? Okay, what type of server? How much cost it is? First of all, think where we need to create our cloud. Okay, so which locations we need to create a cloud. So first of all, go to this one. Check it out here. Go to the locations. Go here. Then go to Google. Then you will go to cloud. Okay. So these are some locations available. Okay, where we need to set up our data centers, where we need to set up our uh, cloud computing. Okay, so we have different locations available. Okay, these are all the locations. Okay, these are the location of cloud computing of AWS region only. If you're going for some different locations, exactly, this is the Azure locations. Okay, Azure latency test. Okay, suppose where you need to set up your cloud computing. So this is the locations available. Sometimes. Okay. So this is Azure latency test. Okay, first thing. So Asia Pacific. Suppose you are in India location, and you need to set up your own business. So these are some locations available. Okay. So suppose we are sitting in India, the South India, West India, and Central India. So how much latency we will get it out? We'll get. So these are the some things. You just look at there. 70 milliseconds, 62 milliseconds, and 74 milliseconds. What does it mean? If you are a little bit of networking knowledge, does that mean?
That means this is the time of millisecond that you can access the data from anywhere, like the duration between the user and the data.
Yes, you're right. So what happened here? Suppose you are going to, set up the business in India. This is the three locations, and suppose you have created one location in US locations. This central US, and this is the Canada central locations. Okay, and one location is North Europe locations. Okay? This is France, North Europe, and Canada, US. So how much latency you will get it out? Just look at the count. So this is the central India, West India, and UAE, 88 milliseconds. Okay, and we have different latency. If you're going to different location, right, other than India, so you will get high latency. Right? Middle East, we don't have to check it out. Middle East, we don't require. Okay. Suppose we have to check all. We have to check all. We have to check all same time. How much latency is there? Just look at this here. It's Germany, France, Germany sort of things. So 198 milliseconds, 241 milliseconds, 247 milliseconds. So what does it mean? It means that if you are opening a company where you are going to run a business of online gaming, okay, and suppose you are opening a company like a Netflix or Prime Videos, okay, so it is accessible by the clients anytime, and they will watch a movies. So there is a high latency is there, then there is not accessibility of the client same time. Okay, so not accessible of the movie same time. So there is loss of the company, loss of the brand value of your company, not accessible on time. And the same things applied on the online gaming industry. So suppose you are a part of online gaming company, and suppose if your game is stuck in middle of any person is going to play game same time. Okay. So we required all the time the lower latency locations. So suppose we are in India. So if we're going to, your traffic is going to Mumbai or Chennai location, so it is very less latency we'll find out. And suppose we have to go to the United States locations, and then latency is very high. Okay, so it will providing so much time to send your packets to destination site. So what I'm trying to tell you, we need to create our servers, okay, near the locations whether you're sitting. Okay, same thing is applied over here. If you're going here, this is for this that we are talking about Azure side. If you are working on the AWS, right? So we are going here, and then we have to HTTP ping same thing. So it will show you the latency sort of thing. Okay, this is 261, 290 milliseconds, 230 9 milliseconds, 276 milliseconds. Okay, so suppose if you are going to implement our company, develop our company, startup business in Middle East, Bahrain, we can use it to 70 milliseconds. Okay, very less latency. And if you're talking about some Mumbai locations, 34 milliseconds. So I'm sitting in Delhi locations, so it is only 34 milliseconds reach out. If you're going to do same sort of testing from your side, so it will be less than that. Make sense? So what importantly, we have to go for the left latencies. Okay, so the consumptions. So if you going to check seconds is very high. What latencies you will find out. Same thing. So no one client going to Beijing for your data centers connectivity sort of things. Okay, then we just talking about some latency, the data center locations. We have to go for another thing is the pricing. Okay. So what is the pricing of the particular server? So we have to go again, and then we need to go. This is download speed, upload speed. You just test anything. I will send you the particular link to you, so you can just check it out. Anything, whatever you like. So Azure regions, we have different regions available, different locations. So all the locations is there. Okay, so different locations, different regions available. So these are geographical locations, and this is the regions, the data centers availability, global the world. Okay, so we have India, we have three locations: Pune, Chennai, and Mumbai. These are three locations where we can set up our cloud computing. Okay, and these are some more locations. You just find out. Okay, and if you're talking about some billing features. IP range. So everything will be available sometime. Okay. So if you're talking about virtual machine pricing, so we have Linux machines. Okay. This is basic at 0.75 GB of RAM. Hard disk there, 20 GB of RAM, and the pricing will be shown. Okay. So these are the Linux machines. So you can use it this particular machine same time as per the use cases. Okay. The same things will be going here, and then this is big sort of things, and we will find out some AWS pricing. So you just go through it and then copy this particular things, and then need to be pasted over there, and then it will show you the pricing of the AWS. Simple monthly calculator, so you can just calculate the. Okay, so this is the AC2. This is the locations you need to find out. This is the Mumbai location. Okay, then you need to do. Okay, and then you describe the things whatever you require. Okay, so this is for EC2 instances sort of things. Okay, then the pricing is $262 same time. Okay, same. Look at here. How many instances? We have only one instances. Okay, this is three, or you can have go here and then you can choose it. Different machines same time. Windows machines required. Yes, go to Windows machines and then you can use it. Okay, so see for large, this is a CPU. Virtual CPU is 16 2 of them. Memory is 3.75, 7.5, 15 GB. Okay, storage, the things mentioned over there. Input, output, high, on demand. This is how this is the pricing is there. So you can calculate the pricing same time. So this is the AWS pricing, and if you're talking about some Azure pricing. So go here and then go for here and then going to calculate the pricing. Okay. So this is virtual machines. Go to compute. And the virtual machine is there. You have already one machines. You will go and view. This is the machines available. US West, so you can whatever you choose the locations, which locations you require virtual machine. Okay. This is Windows machines or this is Linux machine, what type of machine it is, what type of operating systems you require. Okay. Which type of SQL server or simple operating systems. Okay, standard tier, what type of tier you require, low POT server, what of things, and this is the pricing. We have different servers available, different configurations available, and different pricing is available. So you can use it any type of server. Okay, so it is this basically depend on the what type of use case of you. Suppose you are doing your online gaming industry, or suppose you are online movie sort of things, your business sort of things. So you require high CPU utilization and memory utilization server. Okay, so require SSD, solid state drive storage sort of things. And what are the pricing? So the pricing will be calculated here. So if you're going down there, then we have some things available. Pay as you go, whatever the pricing is available, you have to go for it same time. If you reserve for 1 year, then 18% savings. If you reserve for 3 years, then 32%. You can go for it savings. This is one virtual machine, so you can go for multiple virtual machines, 3, 4, 5. How much hours will gonna working, and this is the pricing will be provide you per month. Okay, so you can calculate all sort of things in front of it. Okay, so if you have just create your account, I already created the account, so I will let you know how it looks like. So this is the Azure platform, right? So this is the console is there, Microsoft Azure. So we have this, we're talking about some security parameters, right? So go here, create resources, go to dashboards, okay? So go to all the services, and then we can go for the security. Okay, and you can also go from here and go for security. So these are the multiple things you will find out for the security perspective. Security centers, keywords, Azure information protections, virtual network gateways, Azure net Active Directory, okay, and multiple things. Okay, we will find out number of things in security, but you need to understand the basic fundamentals of Azure before you go into security, right? So how can we create? Suppose we going to create some network interface card. Networks we want to create. Okay, so we can go home and create a virtual network. So how do you want to go home? Or you can simply task here network, so it will be coming same time. Network interface card, what you want to create. So in the same things, first of all, we need to create some virtual network. Okay, so we will go down and then we will take a look here. The network is all the sources are not available. So it is all available. And what we're going to do here, we have to go there and create. Then this is the what they started. So this is the marketplace. So you will just find out every operating system there, same things. Windows servers, we have different flavors available of Windows servers. Okay, data centers, Ubuntu, web app. We have different operating systems available. So you can gonna use it any flavors of the operating systems. Go here and then you just find out different operating systems. Different there. SQL database, Kubernetes, storage queue. If you just talking about some compute, so we have virtual machines. You can gonna create it. Without virtual machines, without we can go for it. SQL Server 2017, Kubernetes, SQL Fabric, everything is available. What we're going to do it, we're going to the networking thing first of all. Okay, and then what we're going to do, we will go here and then we need to create some virtual network. So virtual network, it is a network interface card of your system. Simple. It is required to create first of all. So guys, this free trial and resource group is available. So first of all, we need to create some resource group. So go here, which is the grouping of your network interface card. So this is test underscore test underscore cloud underscore security, right? This is the name of this particular grouping, right? Then what you're going to do, create the name, instance names, okay? So what is the name of this interface card? We can go for the test underscore cloud underscore cloud security underscore vnet. The name must begin with a letter or number. With the end of the letter must or secure. Okay, so we don't need to, because it's getting the error message, so we can leave here. So just underscore. Sorry. So naming convention should be very good. Okay, so this is right. It's coming same thing. So which locations we need to create this particular instances? So we can gonna create for India locations. So go here, go here, go here, and then it is India, center India specifically. So you have options review and create, and you can go for the IP address to be straight down. So we'll go for IP addresses. So IP address is already assigned here 10.1.0.0/16. Okay, and the subnet, it will automatically taking the default subnet. This is 10.1.0.0 subnet. Okay, and the security DDoS attacks is what enable. Standard have different pricing, basic have different pricing. Firewall is right now disabled. We can enable it later on as well. Then we can gonna provide some names. So we can provide network is this number 1. This is for department wise. Suppose this is network department server it is. Okay, so we can find it same time. We can review and create. So everything is we have available free trial, just cloud. Okay, so this is a question we have free trials. So if you're going to create the cloud computing of Azure, it is free of cost. Free for 330 months. Okay, the cloud test security is find out new resource groups. Name is just VNet Central India. This is the IP address of your virtual network, and this is the subnet we are going to use it. This is default. You can create your correct one. Okay, and this is number only one network interface card we have created. Okay, so hosting disabled. DDoS attack when it happens to basic here and firewall is disabled right now. You can gonna create something. So whatever we are going to create, it will be reflected over here. So this is the notifications bar. Okay, so this is the credit you will find out 13,134. The pricing is still available. I can use it till 30,134 things into the particular cloud free of cost. Once I beyond the 30,134, it will charge money something. Okay. So the deployment is going to be that. So I think it is created. The deployment is complete. So we have to close from here. Okay, guys. So this is your deployment is complete. Same thing. Okay. So if you're going to deployment, same thing in different locations, you can go and download it and you can use it different locations as well. Suppose you have one data centers in different location as well, so you can download this particular thing as well. Okay. So what happened? We have virtual network interface card is created for test. It will be available. Okay. What we require? We require also systems. Okay. So we first of all we have to go to services. So all the sources we are going there, and then we have to go to add, and then we require some virtual machines. Or you can go for the simple virtual machines is available as well. So you can go click here, you can go for resources, you can go for all services, you can go for dashboards, you can get from virtual machine here. So there are different things available. So create virtual machines is there, and you can also add from there. Same thing is there. Okay, so we are going to create a new virtual machines into the Azure side. So it's a free of trial. And then resource groups, we already created one resource group. You know that. Test cloud security, you guys know that we have just created. So it's a part of the same group. Virtual machine name, so we can say the test underscore test cloud. Okay, so this is the name we're going to use it. This is right side. So which regions we have created? Central India. If you guys know that we are using Central India locations. So go down, go up, and then you just find out the locations we have created. Central India. Okay, and availability options. What type of availability? No infectious redundancy required. Okay, we require the high availability set. Then we can do it later on. High available, it means that if the machine goes down, another machine will be open sometimes. So we doesn't require right now. And what type of image you're going to use it? So we have Ubuntu server 18.0.4, and we have some different images as well. So we can use it Windows Server 2019, Ubuntu, CentOS. These are the operating systems available in front of you. So 2019 data center, 2016 data centers, Windows Server 22 data centers, Windows 10 Pro 1809. So these are the operating systems available. So you can use it any operating system like that. So suppose we are going to use Windows 10 Pro. Okay, so it is 115 characters. Okay, so it's the client systems. We can also go for it Windows Server as well. No problem with this. Okay, so Azure support instances we required. We don't require support instances. Size, select the size. So we have different size available. Okay, these are the subtypes of BS1 standard, Winner 1. This is all sort of things. Temporary size, IOPS, different sizes available. And what is the costing? 49492 rupees. 1901 rupees. Cost per month. Okay, so it is not selected right now just because it's a free subscription. That is why it is not available. So it will be okay. Then we need to provide some usernames. So we need to provide some username Manish. Password we can provide AS2. Okay. Provide some different password. 0, yes, it will be right. No, it's not the password. The value must be 12 to at least 12 characters required. Alphanumeric characters required. What we can do is we can go for in application google.com Norton password generator. Okay, so we're just providing different passwords. Okay, so this is the password is there. It's too strong password, it is, but it's way too difficult. So we require at least 12 characters. 14 characters it is. And that's a different password. So it's less slow. So we can copy this password and we just try to paste it over there. Okay, it will take the password. So what we can going to do it, we have to go to Notepad. Then username and password is there. Okay. Then we need to do RDP is 3389 is available. This will allow IP address to access the virtual machine. This is only recommended for testing. We use the advanced controls in the networking tape to create route to limit inbound traffic or known IP address. Okay, so this is the only RDP sort of things, open ports, and already have a Windows 10 Enterprise E3 A5 license to Windows Virtual Machine Desktop. Okay, so the license is available. Same things. So create and review. We have also go for two steps, which is review things and we should go to the disk. Okay, so we have to go to okay, what type of disk we require? Okay, so SSD premium disk is very costly. We have studied standard hard disk going for it because it's premium hard disk. SSD is costly things. So we can simple hard disk we cannot add it. Encryptions, we require encryptions in this or not encryption required. So we encryption at rest performance data default things is we can go for it. Okay, and if you go for some advanced things, then we will find out more things in here. Use managed disk. Okay, yes, it's a managed disk. So in the networking things, then we have VNet, whatever we created some time ago. VNet we have created test one. Default the thing is there. Public IP address we need to provide as a public IP address to the particular Windows operating system. So yes or no? We can create new one, or we can, if we have available, then we can go here and then take it out. Okay. So we don't require right now the public IP address and activity. Network interface security groups is basic. Okay, we don't require any. We can modify it later on. Security groups. Public inbound ports. We have allowed selected port 3389 port is available. Port is open same time. Okay, accurate networking should require some so it is off. We don't require too much as it is in continue. Your subscription is protected by the Azure vendors standard plan. Okay, so this is the default settings. It is available. Storage count, the storage count name. If you have different accounts, you can want to create storage different accounts. Okay, so identity is off. Is off there same times. Go to advanced. We don't require anything. Okay, we require some inbound post group anything like that. This is general machines. Okay, so we don't require anything. This is tax. We require some different tax if you going to. This is the availability side. This is the operating system sort of thing. So you can provide tax if you require. If you don't require, not to create. Yeah. The validations field required information is missing is not valid. Okay, so you set RDP code open to the internet. This only required to testing. If you want to change the settings to go to that and that. Okay. So if you're going to know what RDP settings, you need to change it out. Okay. Then we can go here. RDP settings we need to modify it, right? We have to use this particular RDP settings for connecting to outside people. management, we don't require anything. RDB settings. Okay, so it is asking errors. Validation error. You have set RDB ports open to the internet. This is only recommended set for testing. You want to change the settings, go to that and basic steps. So we don't require to what change settings. We require RDP 3389 port only. So what communicating to outside. So we go back, there it is. This size is empty. So the calculator you're going to use it, use Azure calculator. That's actually this is just cloud security. Virtual machine name is test. Asia Pacific, this is South India. No problem with this, we can change it later on. This is Windows machines we are going to use it. Okay. We're using some data center machines. And we're going to use the same password. Okay, the username and the password is there. This RDP, SSH, HTTPS, you can open it any ports. And then you have set SSH attribute port open to internet. Yes, we have open it only if you want to go for testing. If you want to change this settings for that and basic test. Okay, so we have to go for the basic testing and it is for go for none. We can do it later on. This is important. Okay, yes, and then do not provide none of things. Validation where required information is missing or not valid. Okay, which the information it is. So this is the basic things. This is the tab is there. This is the red one. So you just find out the issues would be where it is. Go down, go down, go down, and the value is empty. Okay, so the disk is required. So disk is if you're going to require this. So this is not available. So what we're going to do, first of all, we create a disk. Go to storage account and create the disk at the same time so that we can use it the same disk to the system. Okay, then we are going to use it the same, which we going to use it cloud security. Okay, account name, it's test storage. Probably unique name is test storage is already taken. 1 is also taken. Cyber security, yeah, it is not taken. India standard changes is general purpose to storage, general purpose or storage or blob storage, whatever you use, different type of storage it is. Read access storage is cool or hot, what type of things you require. We require some cold storage and this is hot storage, but we can create simple. It will take some time. Yeah, it's done. So guys, what you know going to do it? I'm just going to send you this particular link to you. This is the link. This for calculation sort of things you can do it. Okay. And if you're just talking about here, we have some. This is for. This is for. Amazon Web Center Services. So this is calculator. If you're talking about here, this is the print test where we need to set up our points. Okay. And if you're talking about some Azure sort of things, so we have this is available. So you can go for the pricing same time. How much is the pricing? Going here, and you can just go here. Azure speaker. Azure speakers, downloading, pricing, everything you need to be understand. This is what we got. Okay, so it is the deployment is complete. You go to dashboard. Okay, so we have created some storage account as well. This is the storage account. We have created virtual network. We have created virtual network. So we're going here, and what is inside this? This is storage groups, locations. The performance port here. The application is GRS. We're talking about what different location types of storage. This is another sort of story. Status is right now it is available. Location in India. This is a trial license where you're going to use it. Okay. There are different containers available. So we want to create some containers same time. So we can test contain primary blob storage or container anonymous. Okay, so we are the different use cases of all sort of things. So read access for the container from the and blobs. So you can use it any sort of things. Clients can invade blobs within the container by anonymous request by using invade the containers within the storage accounts. You can also use this same thing. Okay, so this is the test on is available. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload some files into the storage. Suppose I'm going to go here desktop and then I'm going to upload a simple file. This Wireshark layer. the thing is there, and this is the advanced. So what is blob storage? Each storage different types of these things available storage. This is 4 MB in size. For storage, upload folder. You can also create the folder over there. Upload to folder. You can create a folder name, and then simply you can want to create a folder. So this Wireshark is available. Simply. Okay, close it. Okay, so this is Wireshark is available. I'm going to create here, then copy this particular clipboard, and then I'm going to go here, and I'm going to use it, this particular thing. So this is a coding errors. We need to provide some permissions. Okay, so then does not appear right now. I'm going to provide some. Go here. Okay, go to test accounts, go to storage, then I'm going to upload again, and I need to provide some JPG files. Okay, this is going to upload it. So here are some sort of things. You can just download it, what is all about. What is it? Yeah. The artificial intelligence sort of things is available. Okay, so you have saved your data inside the Azure side. Okay, so what you're going to do here, you just got copy the clipboard, and then it's still not available because this is execution of code error. This is error permissions resource not found on code. Okay, so we need to change some coding things. Okay, this is some permissions error. So you can get a screenshot. You can some editing is there. See how this looks like. This is a cyber security, artificial intelligence sort of thing is there. And you can delete it. So this is the what we have created some storage and we have uploaded some data inside this and we have tested. Another part of suppose you're going to delete it, go click here and then you need to be delete same time from here. So overall Azure policy are the working code. So since we don't require anything, simply delete anything. So container is deleted same time. So this is who's going to create what thing is available. This is the rule. Different security things available here. So I'm a owner. Okay, so Harish, this is my ID. The owner it is. So what owner can do it? This is the things owner, and then owner is going to perform what task. Okay, so I'm the owner of this particular Azure, so I can perform all sort of tasks. Okay, friends. So what we're going to do is different security parameters. You can use it. You can also provide some tags. So it is very vast AWS and Azure. It's not easy. You know what we can go for in a single day or single 2 hours. We can, go and learn each and everything. So it will take lots of time. It will take around 2 to 3 months to learn all the Azure and AWS things, Google Cloud. So this is a basic fundamental of security I'm just talking about here. This is what IAM security. Okay, so what type of rules you're going to provide into the different users inside it. Okay, so this is the different permissions, rules, rollback access control. Okay, so you can go here and then add role assignment, add a co-administrator. So you can go add and you can just provide the role. What type of roles you're going to provide to the different persons. Suppose you're just providing a reader permissions, reader. Okay, assigned to access to what he can do it inside this. He can use only data factory. He can use app service only. Okay, and select the name. So you need to provide some name like Manish. I need providing the service to the Manish only. This is the role-based controls you can gonna provide it here. So with diagnostics, what type of different events is available. We have, we have different geographical regions, availability of this particular thing. So we have secondary regions and primary regions. The primary region, this is the locations, and the secondary locations we can gonna create in Mumbai locations. Okay, so these are the primary and secondary regions of the failover sort of things. Suppose my storage goes fail. Okay, so this is the secondary locations. From this locations, the Pune locations will be accessible at that data. So we need to provide some security things. We can also encrypt the hard disk in time. So Microsoft managed keys or customer managed keys. Okay, so Microsoft will be providing the keys. Okay, anything goes wrong, but you can want to provide your own keys in time. Okay, suppose you are creating your own key, your own password sort of things. Okay, and this is also important. This is lock. The lock is you can lock this particular storage, so no one can accidentally delete this particular thing. So you can go here and name the particular lock name and provide the lock type. So you can only read only or delete. You cannot delete the things. You cannot read the things accidentally. Okay. We have containers available. We have file serve shares available. We have tables, queues. We have some alerts is also available. So there are a number of multiple things you just find out here. So if we're just talking about here, we are talking about some security about the cloud. So go to all and then we go to the security purpose, and the security center is first of all. Okay, so this is the policies and compliance. It is this matter not. Then regulatory compliance is ISO 27001, SOC and Azure sort of thing. Okay, and this is the subscriptions. We have one covered resources, resource security hygiene. Okay, and then getting started. Pricing. What are the different pricing calculations? Community. We have some coverages as well. We have what are security policies, implementation into this. Okay, so choose a subscription management group that is below perform the following task. Okay, who's going to do what task? Okay, so this is free trial. Okay, so free trial, what sort of policies is available? So suppose view vector policies. So what type of security policies we're going to provide in the cloud? We can going to create from here. Okay, so these are some policy names. This encryption should be applied on virtual machines. Okay, so this is the security things. System updates on virtual machine skill set should be installed. Okay, so this is also security policies. Client authentication should be Azure Active Directory. Okay, so whatever the client going to be logged in, this is from the Active Directory, can we use it? Okay, so we have different security policies available. Okay? From networking perspective, also net should associate with the network security group. So whatever the subnet we are going to use it is also part of network security group. We have DDoS protection standard should be enabled. We'll say management port should be closed on your virtual machines. Okay, so management port should always be closed. This is identity access management. This is storage sort of thing. This is databases sort of things. So we have different things. So it is automatically providing the policies. Okay, and then you need to understand what type of policies need to be implemented. Okay, so this is the use case of this particular security center. Go there, go back. Then we have some keyboards. Keyboards is basically it is used for managing your keys, managing your passwords. We also can create the keys from here as well. Create keyboard and we can also add a keyword same thing as well. So we can want to create some keyword same thing. Access policies. The simple things, we have 2-3 clicks and we can want to create the keywords where you stored your keys. You have Azure information protection, so different information available into the Azure. How can we protect the information? There is no license available. That is why we are not going to be accessible. So free of free. Okay, virtual network gateways. We have different gateways. Here yesterday we are talking about firewall gateway, right? So it is virtual network gateway. This is also the cloud computing gateway. We have not created it now. We have just create some gateways over there. There's a virtual gateway there. It's very simple things. You need to provide the name, the region, the VPN want to use it or not use it. You need to provide some route based or policy based VPN type. Okay, and then we can provide some SKU. VPN gateway 1, VPN gateway 2. What type of gateway it is? What type of generations? We have one generations virtual network card. What type of network interface card to be added from here? So these are simple things we need to be created over here. So this is a public IP address, need to bind it. Public IP address name, and then you enable the activity, whatever things, and then into the create. So it's very simple into this Azure environment. Everything's 2-3 clicks, you can create anything. But before you want to create anything, just check the pricing. This is like Azure Active Directory or same thing. Therefore, if you're working in Active Directory, same sort of thing is available. It's with more advanced things available. So I have questions for you. Who's guys till now worked on the Active Directory till now? Domain controllers, who's know that?
So basic things I have worked on.
Basic things, you know that.
Yeah.
But we need some advanced things as well. Okay, no problem. So in this Active Directory, you have seen the users. So your number of users is there. This is all information will be available. Okay, guest user, bulk initiative, bulk delete, download users. So go new users and you can create new user as well from here as well. I want to create bulk users in bulk, so you can also do it. You can invite users also, you can do it. Okay, so you can just create new users at the same time. This is example space, okay, name and then the past set of things, and you can create your users. Okay, so there's a name, full name, last name, okay, and what type of roles you want to provide to the particular users, the part of the particular groups. Okay, so you can create groups and what type of roles you're going to provide it. So you can have block sign in, you can block the sign ins. All things you can apply from here. Geolocations, so you can also provide different locations, what type of locations you can be logged in. Okay, and job title is there, and department is also the same thing. Okay? So you can create the users from here. Same things like we going to create in the Active Directory. Okay, so related to users, password is set. We require some password reset of the user, so it will be reset from here. Okay, and user settings, diagnosis of problem, sign-ins. Okay, so how many times the user is going to be logged in? Okay, so this is used for the forensic investigation, right? How many times the users are going to be logged in? What was the IP address? Okay, what was the IP address? And what is the location of the users? Value locations, okay, in the locations. Okay, and what was the IP address of the particular user? Same thing, right? So what is the name of users? What the application is going to use it? Okay, suppose we're going further into this, then the locations, dates, request ID, correlation ID, status, user, token ID. Okay, everything is going to show, and this is user agents. Mozilla 5.0 Windows is going to use it. Okay, so we have Chrome 8.0 version. Okay, so we can track the user same time, where it is coming from, what sort of activities has been performed by the user. Okay, so client application is browser, basically it is using through the browser, and the source window Azure Service Management API is there. Okay, Azure portal is application will be accessed by the user. So user ID, this is the user ID. So you can check the users. Basic information. This is geographical locations. Okay, so this is the IP address. This is the locations of the users. You can access it. The device information is this one, and this is the Windows 10 system is going to access same thing. Authentication details, no, there is authentication is because of I'm not the part of the same. You will log in. Conditional access, if you have multiple authentications, is going to be used when you there. Report only, I think, additional details, I think is available. So you can just straight into this from Active Directory, what were the user, what were the roles, how to access, how availability, what permissions I'm going to provide, what sort of roles is there, what sort of permissions of the users, everything you can manage it as identity and access management. So you can get a logs from last 24 hours and you can customer interval as well, so you can provide it in time and you can get a logs from same time. Okay, so this is a local and use different time zone as well. You can go for it. You can just click it. You can apply some filters. You require some username, password, status, IP address, resource, client IP, whatever you require. Just click on it. You will just get it. The same thing. You can also download this particular things in CSV and JSON file, and then you can send to your management as well. Okay, so you can download up to 2,00,000 reports. If you want to download more, use reporting API for it here to learn more. Okay, so reporting API. So 2,00,000 reports is enough, I think. Okay, so this is the column, so you can use everything on your web. Okay, resource ID, source name, client and operating system, device, everything you can check it out and you can just sign in for FNID system. Okay, and it is also showing everything. Okay, locations, IP address, browser, Windows 10. Okay, this is operating systems. Okay, Chrome is there. Okay, the device browser, collection ID, everything will be in there. You can just get all the information. And audit logs is bulk operation results. If you want to create some tickets for this AWS Azure environments, you can create ticket from here. Same thing. Or you can also create the ticket from app and IT support as well. So once again, we are going to security as well. So we have virtual networks, directory, applications, security groups. Okay, so we have applications. We are going to create some security groups. Okay. So what is the use cases of the security group? So you can also read it before you can use it. So we can provide what type of permissions, what type of resource groups in a project. Okay, and we can also go for how to application filter on working. Azure Sentinel is basically used for easily aggregate security data generated by the endpoint devices, network infrastructures, and other security systems, and leverage it to detect and respond to other threats in the environment. Okay? So basically, Azure Sentinel is basically what are the different logs available of your devices. Suppose you created some virtual machines, you created some network, you created some storage device. Okay, so all the logs, all the events are available here. So you can kind of create some Azure Sentinel simple to quickly. Okay, so this is pricing tier. So you have different pricing tier of the same. This and you want to go here and then check it out the pricing sort of things. How much price of this particular things. That is why I'm not creating it because the pricing will vary something. Okay. Then external security updates. So whatever different security updates, it will be showing the same thing. So get activation keys of computers that you want to keep on premises on migrate Azure virtual machines and extended security updates to no extra cost. So it will gonna provide security updates to your systems, security updates. Windows multiple activations. Okay? So suppose your Windows is not activated, so it is going to take your Windows will be activated the same thing. The activation key is going to provide it. Get the keys. Okay? So this is a different keys going to provide you something. Go in the private preview. Okay? So this is valid. Suppose your Windows 10, Windows are not get upgraded or not licensed. Okay? So it is going to provide a license of it. Azure Active Security, same thing is here. So the main method factor we take for the multi-factor authentication is method. So guys, do you know what is multi-factor authentication? Is it going to use it? Have you ever used it till now or not? What is multi-factor authentication?
Mm.
Online banking, multi-factor authentication is required.
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Like we do online banking, so it requires OTP through your mobile number, through text message or email. Those kind of multi-factor that we use.
Right, this is the thing. So this is the project for you. Why we are going to use the multi-factor authentication. Okay, why we are going to use the Azure multi-factor authentication? Going to use it. So multi-factor authentication basically is providing your OTP, okay, one-time password to your mobile. It is also the code is also provided on your personal email ID. It is also can ask you a number of questions. Okay, so this is Microsoft Authenticated app. Microsoft Authenticated app you're gonna install on your mobile, and then you can enable the code to log into the Microsoft services. We have different services available like Cisco Authenticator code is also providing, Microsoft Authentication code is providing. Okay, Google has their own Google has their own authenticated Microsoft authentications available, application apps available. Okay, so once the password will be hacked by anybody. Okay, so the second thing is what we can do is we can go for multi-factor authentication sometime. Yes, are you able to understand?
Yes, sir.
So this is common problems. So block users, provide users, so providers, how we're gonna use it. So this is a multiple authentication gonna use it. So try to just learn the basic fundamentals of the multiple authentication, how it's gonna work and what is your okay. Okay. So what do you know, what you have, this is sort of things, okay? What you have, or you have password available. What do you know? You got password. What do you have? You have tokens. You have mobile handsets. So this is multi-factor authentication gonna work. We have separate class for multi-factor authentication, don't worry. But you need to understand some basic fundamentals. Okay? So we have different Azure AD password protections, Azure AD normal, Azure AD risk protections, Azure finance. So the important thing is, so we don't have to going to apply each and every security features in Azure. Okay, we is depend on the client, what type of client it is, what type of services we require, what things we require, sort of things. Okay, so my role is there. Suppose we going here. So what type of roles you want to provide to the user? Okay, and how active roles and how expired the particular rules is there. Suppose you is going to provide the permission to the user for 1 month. After 1 month, the permissions, whatever you provided, is already expired. Automatically will be expired. Okay, and once you're going to provide the roles to the user, it will be a request. Okay, and the request is the required approval process. So once the manager is going to approve the request, then it will be going to the different person. Then we will going to provide the accessibility sort of thing. So approval things is also is available. The privilege identity management is also is important task here. So my roles, what type of roles you are providing it, then you providing some different requests, you will come together in them, and whatever the approvals available, okay, then review access, what type of different reviews access you can provide to the different users. Okay, so what type of AQI, Azure AD resources going to use it. okay, what you can use it. So this is created. So right now we don't have created, that is why it is not available. Suppose we have users available, then we're gonna use it. Okay. So what type of Azure rules? We have some assign rules, we have activate rules, we have approval rules. Okay. So we can activate the rules. Okay. We can different activate the different rules for different users same time. So before we're going to use this particular Azure AD roles and all sort of things, we require P2 license. Azure AD P2 license required. If we have P2 license available in the company, premium 2 licenses. Okay. So there's a separate costing for the same. Before you're going to, use any features from the Acrobat in this Azure platform, the cloud platform, first of all, just check the pricing part. How the costing will be there. So privilege access management. Okay, the privilege access management basically requires what type of privileges you're going to provide to the users. You can manage the access in time. You require approval sort of things. And in the identity access management, IAM basically required what type of rules you're going to provide. So permission is a different thing, and identity access management different things. IAM basically providing ID and password, and PAM, privilege access management, identity management, provide you what type of access you have, what type of permissions you have, what you can do it actually with particular rules. Suppose you have contributor rules, you have owner rules, you have storage rules. Okay, and in the storage, what you can do it, what sort of permissions you have in the storage. So this is the privileged identity management. Is basically conveys the message. Right. So what is the cost management? If you're talking about cost management sort of things, we have available the cost management. How much cost of your subscription? So it's a free trial, right? The subscription is free of cost. Okay. So if you just last day nothing is like that, due date is nothing, and currently cost is 165.06 rupees. Okay, so the thing is too important to understand here. We have, if you just check here, and we have, this is the license error shown. If you cancel it, we have, cancel this one, cancel this one. We have 13,134. So we have used till now 165 rupees only. This is okay. 165 rupees. Okay. Well, what was the use cases? We have Azure firewall I have created. That is why the costing will be coming. Okay. Virtual networks I have created inside this. This is the virtual network cost is 12 rupees, 100 rupees, and the firewalls I have created 152 rupees is there. So I have created and I have rated. That's why the pricing is more than that. Okay, so this 165 pricing is there. Basically, I have created the Azure firewall in your East locations. Okay, so you have everything you have available right now. Okay, suppose if you're going to do anything, then the pricing is available. What type of pricing it is? You can export this particular pricing. You can cost by references. What are references is this? You can save this. Okay, this is the sort of things, and the firewall costing is created the firewall. Okay, and 152 rupees. Same sort of thing. It's sort of tables. You required some column. You just looks like some different sort of things. So as far as compared to the Azure is little slower, what do you think? Little slower. Not too much, but it's little slower to use standard. Okay, so this is the invoices. This is external services, this payment method. So this is if you are security guys, first of all, if you're going to work in the cloud environment, first of all, check the payments. the invoices, billing, budgets, okay, and security features. I already suggest you different security features. This is IAM, okay, access control. So access control, IAM, access control basically provides you what type of roles you want to provide. What are the classic administrators? What type of dinner permissions you are providing? Role assignment sort of things. It is not providing. It is not about talking about some permissions. Permissions is talking about privilege access management, identity management. Okay. Suppose in this IAM access, you just want to provide some honor role. Okay. This is the roles you want to provide. So in the honor role, what sort of services is there? So this is the services is permissions is there. So this is the permissions you can do it sort of things. So we can provide that yes, this person can do Azure sort of things. In the Azure data box, what he can use it, you can use it this all sort of things. So read, write, delete, and other actions. What he can do it. It's the owner. So owner can do anything. Read, write, delete, and he can do anything. Other actions. But if you're talking about some different rules, we have some different things available. Okay. We have contributor, we have leader. Suppose leader, if you're talking about leaders, so leaders permissions have some different sort of permissions available. He can only read it. We are talking about Azure data box. So he can only read the permissions. That's it. He cannot do anything like that. So if we're just talking about some security parameters of cloud computing, suppose you know one cloud computing and then you understand all the cloud sort of things. Same sort of things. So we have code, we have security. We have different things available. The firewalls is important thing. We have studied yesterday. So try to learn the firewall, how this firewall gonna work in. Traditional firewalls how gonna work in. And then in the security parameters, we have AD privilege entity management, so permission sort of things. We are talking about multiple authentications. We have more than 3 or more than 2 authentication comes to the picture same time. So before we're going to implement this particular multiple authentications or Azure privilege access management, we require the P2 license. Okay, premium license required. Okay, and we have some security centers. It's like how your things gonna working. So it is costing is 7 units, 45 minutes you're gonna use it. 9 units you're gonna use it, and 1 or 3 years you can use it. Okay, so this is a useful links providing the costing same time. You have worked on the security incident event management. So it will say that yes, what are security things available, what is incident will be coming, or what are the different alerts is coming. So it is the most important part of this particular cloud computing. Okay. So pricing, setting, community coverage, scope, policy, standard, whatever different things you will find out here. Okay. So what is the costing of networking? So you will just check it out each and everything from here. Okay. See the topology, the different topologies will be shown to you. So we don't have created anything till now. It is not uses till now. That is why it is not showing to anything like that. Okay. So if you are working in an environment, then you just find out each and everything. Nothing is there. Okay. So what we have created some storage as well today. So we have going down and then we can check it out some storage, data storage, which is just available. Okay, so we have created storage accounts. This is today we have created storage accounts. Okay, test security accounts we have created, and this is total recommendations with high, low, medium. This is the resource work for reference, security works, and recommendation past assignments. Okay, so what we can past what is it's a healthy. Okay, if it's not healthy, then just gonna how to test it out sort of things. So this we available in some kind of things. So what we're going to do, we're going to create from this particular everything. So type the name of the storage account, test security, your name. So we can create and we can delete same time. Okay. whatever the inside this, you need to delete first. Okay, so deployment is going on right now here. Just look at this. Okay, so this is for deleted the storage account. So we have this for deleted this account. Okay, suppose if you want to refresh this particular thing, then you can open this form same time. Okay, so our view is there. We have fixed it. Okay, nothing is there right now. So you can gonna create, you can gonna use it. We are free free things available. So we have to this is some information, and we have credit available. This is more than 13,000 credit remaining. So I can use this particular remaining credit for users of the particular things. So you can use it anything in this limit. Okay, so security this looks like this. We are just talking about here. So keyword for storage of the keys, okay, storage of the passwords of the instances. And I think Azure information protections is basically providing information about the sort of things, protection systems and the network, version network gateway. So it is like a firewall sort of things. What what inside or outside package one side. Active Directory, you know that very well. You have to users management sort of things, okay. And 6 units, 15 minutes, you're going to use it. Application security groups, applications, STD, HTTPS, traffic hub center, providing, what information about the logs and events, okay, that sort of thing. Yeah. So Microsoft integration of some methods, name locations, entity, Azure Security Center, Azure Identity, and Azure ID Combination Access. These are the documentation we found out about the security sort of thing. Production security centers. What is multi-factor authentication policies? We can use it. Okay. So we have different policies for different users. Multi-factor registration okay to users. What type of things is available? Right? Policy. You can bind the policies. So we require Active Directory Azure Payment P2 edition. If you want to use it, if you don't have the P2 license available, then you cannot use it. So we have a type. We are using some free trial, so we can go use it in mobile security 5. Okay, so you want to take it up, so you can also activate from here as something. Azure AD Premium P2, you can also activate from here. You can activate here, and then you can use it. Okay, so the trial includes to have the license input will be activated for 90 days, beginning on the activate date. Okay, so in the 90 days you will be activate. If you're not going to activate, then the pricing will be coming same time in your subscription. Okay, so you can activate from here if you want to create your accounts. Okay, so this is the sign-in policies, the user risk policies. So different policies about the risk policies. How do you do this? This uses risk detect alerts. So whatever the risk is detected, it will be alerts here same time. Okay, you can use it same time. But if you don't understand what happens, you can take a new support request and create support ticket, and you can use it. Right? So this is the security things. Okay, so you're just going to go for security, and then you will technical ticket or billing ticket, whatever issues will be, and then the free solution is available. Then you are going to create a ticket for it. That write down the issue you're facing it. Go here, then what type of issue it is. So you have to look at whatever. Okay, so Microsoft team will help you out same time. Okay, suppose if you are working on the same thing, and then Python supports, they have different supports, right? Talking about. So I have created any ticket still now. So the thing is showing in front of me. So there is a specific cost is for the particular support plans. Suppose you would like to take a support plan. So We have different plans available, with different costing is there. Okay, so if you're going for the the developer plan, student plan, and professional, this is professional plan, with depth plan, or developer plan. This is a basic plan. Okay, so what is the scope and what sort of support scope is there, and what sort of services you will find out 24/7 sort of thing, and different pricing. So if you take this one, and then dollars per month, $100 per month, and $1,000 per month. The pricing is there. Okay, and what sort of things you will get? This is the things. This is the value. Okay. So right now we have three versions. So this is basic plan is activity, right? So this 24/7 support is there, documentation, white paper support, everything you are getting. So that's it. No, nothing is like that. Suppose if you have problems like third party problems, you open cases or things, technical support you require, so you can not get it. You are not getting any technical support here. You require this plan, this plan, this plan. Developer student or professional bracket plan. You require those plans if you're taking the some technical help from them. So this is extra cost. So once you're going to working in the cloud environment, there's separate cost for support. So make sure you need to understand. Okay, guys. So that's it for the day. So any questions regarding the cloud computing security is all about?
No questions.
Okay. So what you're going to do it? AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. Create accounts and work. Working. Okay. This is your product.
So once we do this, how we will upload to users like we have done?
Pardon?
So like once we have created the account, how we will upload to your mail, Gmail? No need to like create a mail.
No. Just create your accounts simply. You just going to the what here.
Oh.
Go there only, and you can go google.com and Azure free account. Go there and create your account. Create your account. Okay.
Okay.
You just started with 12 months of free account service to go. Okay. And what
Okay.
you will get it 3 systems. So 13,300 credit. Okay, for 30 days, and 12 months you can use it any popular services. Okay, and always 25 plus services always free for you. Okay, so what you
Okay.
will get, go down and then you can check it out. You have managed this, you can use it to 64 GB, 2 disk, 5 GB, 5 GB for storage. You're talking about here. What you're getting it, SQL database, things you are getting free of cost. Okay, and 5,000 transactions, computer version machine learning, professional extra sort of thing, and with it go for 12 months, and all cost. So you are using some virtual machines. In those virtual machines, compute 750 hours. It's a type of V1 SVM you need to do. You're going to create some virtual Linux virtual machines and compute 750 hours. Okay, yes, this is all about which products are always free. So these are some app service, functions, event grade. So these are the applications are free of cost for you. Okay, you can
Okay.
use it for 1 year. So same things you can go for here. Google, AWS, free. Now, go for here and you can click for the rest. So it will be free for 1 year. Paid free account. Same things is gonna go for the Google Cloud, and you're gonna create some Google account, AWS account, Azure account. Okay, and then you just log into the same sort of things, and then you can create your machines. You can go for dashboard, you try to understand things, and let me know if you are having any issues like that. Suppose if you created anything like that, sometimes you're gonna go here and calculate, and you just take the pricing part, go for the cost management, pay a billing, and then you just check it out. What is the cost?
Okay.
This is the thing. Virtual machine, virtual network. With this, it's very simple things. So there's a security we have talking about today. So security is entity access management, gateway, okay, and the security centers you understand, post management sort of things, sentinel, Azure Sentinel you need to understand, okay, the firewalls, Azure firewalls need to understand. This is the security of the cloud. Okay, and suppose you require some documentation, so documentation is also available here. With anything like that, so the documentation you'll find out. Technical documentation, go here and then technical documentation. Okay. So Azure documentation, and then you can use it. What type of suppose you require some security security, and this is a Sentinel, Keyword, security, Azure Production Center, so you can just study all of them. This is very helpful. Application gateways, Azure all that. Here, application security and access it. Yep. This is all. So everything's using users are using this application. This program application that is basically is a web application firewall. Okay, and it is going to be some of the what package going to this particular location, video is going to this particular location. Just filter. Application gateway is basically filter the traffic, and suppose the user is asking for any images, so it will route to different particular image servers, and suppose the user is going to check some videos. So load balance application gateway is going to route the traffic to the video server. This is a use case of application gateway. Okay, so it is basically layer 7, OSI 7 layers load balancing. Application level gateway is basically layer 7. So if you suppose I'm a user, I'm going to access some notation part, same time it is routing to the image server. Okay, documentation server. Suppose I'm going to then any videos, then it will route the traffic to the video server. Okay. Pricing and SMS, if you just take a look at the pricing part, so it's also available. So how you can create it, so everything is fantastic. Okay. So just try to learn all sort of things. So that is really helpful for you, because everywhere it is required the cloud computing, security, cloud computing. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your time. I connect you tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m.
Okay.